Good morning, everybody. This is your SP 500 setups for today. So, missed a few videos last week, been dealing with a few health issues, but this week's also going to be a short week as we are preparing for quite a big cycle race on the weekend. So I'll be out of action Friday and Monday. But anyway, nothing happens on a Friday and Monday, so you shouldn't miss me too much. And yesterday, well, the Springboks won on Sunday evening, so yesterday was a tough day to do anything. And nevertheless, we are back. A couple of things that have happened now. From an 8-hour perspective on the S&P, we are stuck between the moving averages here. So that typically means range. We're into earnings seasons now as well, so you're going to see quite a bit of volatility. We do have a crossover of the faster moving averages, and what that starts to look like is pretty much a flag. So strong move up, flag for most of last week, sort of from Wednesday onwards, and we've got the same kind of thing at the moment happening. So what you need to be doing is figure out where the level is to the upside, and it's right there. Okay, that is 43.83. You have a gap to the downside as well, so there is still that possibility that you come back down to this area here, which would close the gap, and that is 43.24. So oscillators have crossed over and pointing to the upside, and they've separated. So this flag is looking very, very, very interesting indeed. It also is a much bigger cup and handle, but pretty much the upside target would be fairly similar. So it's either going to be from the bottom here to the neckline to the upside. So something like this. Let's just say that's the neckline there. So that would be a cup and handle target roughly. And you can see it does break through the structure to the upside. But it's going to be quite a difficult one, and there is even fairly decent levels there as well. And then the other one would be sorry, let's just try not to destroy what we have. The other one is going to be sort of from there, and that would also make sense. So this would be a flag break target here, and if you look to the left, you can see quite a bit of interaction in this zone as well. So that would be the two upside targets. First one 44.89, and I would assume the second one is going to be around 5,000 or 45,000, and then you've got 45.63. So this zone here will be quite a bit of price action, so it'll be quite choppy if it does get up there. Anyway, let's just get through to what we need to be looking out for today. So quite volatile, and you can see how volatile it was going into the weekly close last week. Nothing really happened the last couple of days of last week, so I didn't miss out on much. But nevertheless, what we're looking for now is structure inside this flag for an anticipation for a break. So the break here is what we're waiting for, 43.83. So that is the break which would get us long. So you want to break and retest of that. If you look at this on the hour, yesterday was fairly strong to the upside and then sideways. So there was some earnings out yesterday. Well, it's basically Friday's earnings, not really yesterday's earnings. Today and the rest of the week, there's quite a few earnings coming out. So that's probably what we're waiting for. So now, just get your levels in. And this one is fairly interesting because it's going to get quite busy, so I'm just going to put 3 in here. That's kind of what we're looking at. So firstly, gap to the downside, keep that in your mind. I'm just going to get down to 50 minutes. So it is quite possible that we move all the way down to the bottom of this flag. That is very possible. Then you've got this area here which we tested yesterday, but in sideways price action, so that is still very much in play. So 43.64, 43.60, and then you've also got these little gaps here as well. So this is fairly interesting. I think 43.50 is probably a level somewhere. 43.55. Now there we go. There's quite a big tail here, so that would be 43.54, 43.55. So there's your structure levels. Now look at your oscillators on the 50-minute. They are sort of to the downside. They have separated. They haven't crossed over yet. We are above the 150 EMA, but we are above and below the moving averages, and that's from Friday. You can see Thursday, then Friday, and then Monday. So ideally, I would be wanting a break here, 43.83. That would be the sure bet trade. I want to break and retest of that long stop below this range. That's what I'd be looking for. The other alternative is that we move into this area for a long. But I did briefly look at the DAX this morning, and we're going to get to the DAX now. But I think European session is probably going to be a little bit different while we wait for the US to open. So in other words, what that means, you may find us just going sideways or drift lower on structure before looking for the break. But that's kind of the view I'm looking for. I'm anticipating a break to the upside, so I'm waiting for confirmation of that before jumping in long, and then we will take it from there. Okay, so yeah, looking for the long, looking for the retest, and it's a fairly decent swing trade to the upside, so it may last a couple of days before it gets to that target. So that's really a nice juicy target, especially for those of you that are working, because you don't have to worry about it. You can just put your stop in, set it, and forget it, which is going to be fairly decent. Okay, anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.